essentially what it's telling me is that I'm going to get past all that and I'm going to learn all these things and grow from all these things and I'm going to be really successful. But I need to share those experiences with other people publicly.
Pull up a chair. You're sitting at the table with Powerhouse Women, the podcast where bold women in business come to connect, collaborate, and build something bigger than themselves.
We always say, if you're fortunate to have a seat at the table, pull up 3 more. That's exactly what we're doing here.
This isn't just a conversation, it's a movement. We're creating space at the table for conversations that matter. The ones that challenge you, push you, and remind you that you do not have to do this alone.
Every episode, we're talking growth, success, and the real, unfiltered truths of entrepreneurship. No gatekeeping.
No fluff, just the perspective and community that you need to thrive. So if you're ready to surround yourself with women who get it, you're in the right place and there is already a seat with your name on it.
What's up, Powerhouses? We're back with another episode of At the Table with Powerhouse Women. I'm Marli, Silva, and today it's just me and Gia, and we have so much to talk about, and I can't wait. What's up, G?
So much to talk about. What's going on, Marli girl?
Not much. How was your weekend?
It was quiet. A few open houses, a couple showings, a rain shower, the usual New England weekend. How about yours?
There was a few rain showers here too, but it was 80 degrees on Saturday.
So hot.
So I went to a derby party and it was really fun.
Where was it? Like at a restaurant?
By the beach at this place called Brothers Daily. They have this like open courtyard. It was completely themed. Like everyone was dressed up. They had like the mint juleps. They had like all derby drinks and they had like some stuff for charity there. And it was fun. We had a good time.
Did you watch the actual derby?
Yeah. Yeah. I love the derby. I'm like obsessed with horse races. I think they're so cool. I didn't bet on anything though. And I'm glad I didn't because who I wanted to win didn't win. So
I thought it was cool that I don't know if you saw this, all of the horses that were in the race were a descendant of Secretariat.
So they're all like inbreds.
Well, they're related. That's horse breeding, like the way that it goes. He was like by far, I don't know if you know about him, but he was like the only Triple Crown. Well, I think there's been 1 Triple Crown winner since him, or maybe 2, but he like none of his records to this day have been beat on all 3 of the Triple Crown races. Like my mom remembers watching his race and like he was just like a freak of nature of an athlete as far as horses go. And it's just wild to see how like one horse could literally change the entire sport of horse racing.
It's a very interesting sport. I liked it. Last year, I've never really watched the Derby. Like it's never been like a thing that I like to do really, but now that I did last year, I'm like, wait, I'm obsessed. So last year, a bunch of my friends and I went to a bar. We watched it. And I was like looking at the list of the names of the horses because they're always interesting.
They're so
and
fun.
I saw Mystic Dan and I was like, I need Mystic Dan to win. Like that, I'm betting on Mystic Dan. I didn't even put $1 down. Idiot. Mystic Dan won. And everyone looked at me like, oh my God. Like, why didn't you bet on him?
Did you bet this year?
Well, I didn't bet this year. No, I should have, but
that's crazy. You're probably kicking yourself.
Well, last year I was.
Yeah, for sure. When you like literally manifested this horse to win.
I know.
I'm on him. That's crazy.
Okay. So shifting gears anyways, I wanted to really chat today about kind of our journey because Gia and I have been in real estate for around the same time. 8 years for you too? Or are you a little?
This is the 9th. Which makes
okay, yeah. So I've been in the business 8 years. G has been in 9 years. So we kind of have different journeys, but similar at the same time. So I wanted to kind of take it all the way back from the beginning. Since you've been in the business a little bit longer than me, I'd love to hear like where you started.
Where I started. Truthfully, I feel like my real estate journey goes back to like when I was in college for the 1 year that I did college and I literally hated my life, but I watched a ton of real estate shows. Hello, $1 Million Real Estate, Bravo. I like became hooked. I was obsessed. And like, I remember at the time, the boyfriend, it was like my high school boyfriend. And I was like obsessed with the shows. And I was like, I like think I could do real estate. Like that looks fun. There's no limit to how much money you can make or what kind of a career you can make. And so many people were like, don't do that. It's so saturated. You don't make money unless you make a sale, which is true. But they tried to like tell me like, don't do it. And I was like working a job after, because I withdrew from school and I got a full-time job and I started studying for the test. I first joined Keller Williams. What was your first brokerage?
Remax.
Remax. So
Actually, it wasn't. Well, I'll get into it. I actually forget what it was called. I'll get into that.
Okay. Now I'm so curious. Well, mine was Keller Williams to start, and they had like so much training, all the bold classes, because everyone was like, you need training. But I didn't do a single deal. Like, I went to every training, I went to every class. I door knocked a little bit, which is like a hilarious experience I can tell you about, because I had no idea what I was doing. But I like knew that I really wanted to make this a career. So I ended up bartending on Newbury Street because I was like, I hated the call center job I was working in. It was like a customer care job, but it was like a cubicle job, and you had to wait for the phone to ring. And I literally was just like, get me
Hell
out
no.
here. Like, no, this is not it for me. So I was like, let me bartend. Let me get into the city. I chose a spot on Newbury Street that was like really well established. I figured they have regulars. I'll get to network. And long story short, I ended up networking with the developer of the second Four Seasons here in Boston. It's called One Dalton, and it's a combination of hotel and residences. And I met the developer while I was bartending, and he was like sat at a table. Like, I didn't serve him. I didn't wait on him. I just took it upon myself to go introduce myself and be like, I'm an agent, gave him my Keller Williams card. Like, that happened 4 or 5 times. And then finally he called me. He gave me a job over lunch one day. I wasn't even asking for a job. I just wanted to like pick his brain. So my like real estate career, I always say like it started way back then, but it really started when I got that job, because now I'm like being paid a salary to work in a sales gallery on like this new development project. And I was like, okay, now I'm in real estate. Like, I'm doing it now. That was the first time I actually felt like I'm being an agent to any capacity.
You were learning. You were finally in like that environment where you were like making a transaction happen, and you had to learn a lot probably about like the new building and all the things.
It was like such an eye opener of like what actually goes into being in real estate, being in new development, like meeting all of the major players in Greater Boston real estate, because they were bringing their clients to tour at One Dalton or purchase or whatnot. All of the vendors, the interior designers, like it was like the biggest blessing as far as like giving me a foot in the door. And then from there, I went to manage a real estate team for 3 years. They are still a very well-known top producing team in the Greater Boston area. Over the course of my managing their team, I managed over 500 million in transactions, which is one of the biggest reasons why I left, because I was like, all right, if I can do this for you, like, why am I not building my own business, my own network? So that brings us to where we are now. We've co-founded Powerhouse a couple years ago, and I am 3 years into building my own real estate business.
I love that for you. Yeah, if there's anyone that can manage that much of real estate like that, I mean, that's a huge workload, you know?
Yeah.
You're managing
like sleep.
Yeah, you're managing multiple agents. But I see that in your work with Powerhouse. Like, I mean, for those of you that don't know, like Gia runs operations and marketing, and she's the best I've ever seen, truly. Like, I know tons of marketing companies out there, like real estate marketing and all that, and it doesn't even come close. So
thank you. It's like the
really
best that you've been giving me ever.
So much about marketing. Oh my God. So yeah, no, I mean, if there's anyone that can do it, you can for sure. And
we're doing it.
It's a long haul. It's a long road, but
it totally is. Like, I said a lot, especially not as much anymore. Like, there's still the frustration of like the long game and just like building something that is more of a long game endeavor in general, whether it's real estate or any business really is a long game. Like, you're building it brick by brick, blood, sweat, and tears, day by day. I used to get a lot more frustrated though in the beginning when I first went out on my own, because I was like, I would say I feel like I'm an adult in an infant's body. Like, I know what to do and I know how to do it. I just physically can't, because I'm not an adult. Like, I'm not full grown. Like, I'm a brand new agent on my own building a business, and I don't have my own past sales. I have quite a slew of sales that I managed start to finish the transaction. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt, they wouldn't have closed if I wasn't making sure that they closed. But it was like hard. And there's a lot of limiting beliefs that come with that. Like, I know I did it for them, but can I do that for me? Like, and I don't know why that is.
It's just imposter syndrome. And I don't think it ever goes away.
No, probably not.
I think that like the more successful you get, the more you're going to be like, wait, what the fuck? Like, who's letting me do this for? But truly, like, we know we can handle it. We know we're super confident in our abilities to handle transactions. We know we're super confident in our abilities to like manage our clients and what they need from us. But it doesn't matter. Like, even if, I mean, you had a record-breaking sale last year, and I'm sure you still were like, what the hell? How did I do that? And for those of you that don't know, the sale that Gia did had how many agents beforehand?
77 agents that he interviewed, and it had 3 agents prior to my taking it on.
3 agents that actually listed it. He interviewed 77 agents, and little Gia came in and sold that shit.
I did.
And yeah, there is like a moment of kind of like, how did I even do that? But you hustled, you did tons of outreach, you did all your marketing, you did all the content, you did all the events. And ultimately, that's what's going to get it done because you know what you're doing.
I do. I actually needed that reminder today. I've been in a little bit of a rut of like, do I know what I'm doing? Am I doing the right things? Questioning everything, but it's all good. It's like part of the process. I've accepted that at this point. So what brokerage did you start with? Because you said that.
I'll rewind to kind of my whole beginning journey of real estate. So I graduated college in 2017. So 8 years ago this month, which is crazy. And I had no intentions of getting into real estate because for those of you that don't know, both of my parents are in real estate. My dad's in commercial real estate. My mom has been in the residential real estate space for almost 40 years. And I saw a lot growing up. I saw it all. And I wanted nothing to do with it. I wanted to do something on my own, something of my own. And I've always, always, always wanted to be in the fashion industry. As a child, it started as wanting to be a fashion designer. My parents sent me to FIT when I was in high school for Sunday classes. And I learned how to like design and sketch and all the things. So every Sunday I'd go into the city.
Wait, Marli, I never knew this about you.
Yeah, I know. So I went to FIT in high school, but just for like a Sunday class. Learned how to sketch, learned how to design. And I was like, I don't think that I like this part of it. I've always, always loved styling, but I was always kind of told styling, you're not going to make that much money. I think that obviously you can to a certain extent if you're working with really high-end clientele, but starting out right out of college, it just wasn't going to be feasible for me. So instead of design, I wanted to go to college for fashion PR. I went to University of Rhode Island. I studied PR, and all of my internships, for the most part, were like fashion focused. But I did have one internship that was, I did marketing and like PR for a real estate company, like a development company.
Okay.
I had that kind of on my resume. I liked what I saw. I liked helping with like the design part of all of it and marketing and events and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not so bad if I did real estate, but it was still like not anywhere where I thought I was going to head. So I graduated. I'm interviewing at tons of places in the city, and it was so cutthroat. Everyone was mean. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that environment. Don't like mean people. I like I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow, but it's cutthroat in New York City. It is literally Devil Wears Prada.
Like different breed.
But also, they were going to pay me nothing. So I'm like, I'm not going to put up with this. I'll put up with this if you're going to pay me.
Yeah.
Well, but fresh little Marli out of college, they're not going to pay me much. And I would have had to commute into New York City from Monmouth County every day, which is not bad. It's like an hour, but at 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m. every day, like not for me.
Miserable.
On top of it all, I have a very hard time when people tell me what to do. Like, it's just not for me. I like to kind of do things my own way. So
that's immediate. Like, I was going to do it, but now I'm not.
Just it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah. No, I have the same.
Never done well with authority in school. I would talk back to teachers, and
Mhm.
it was just like I did not do well when people told me what to do, ever. My parents, authority, just never for me. I got to do things my own way. So I was chatting with my parents.
Hey.
I don't know what to do. Like, I always thought I wanted to go into the fashion industry. It's not looking like that's what's going to happen. And my dad and I were chatting. He really thought I should go into the residential space. And I was like, no, I don't want to work with my mom. I was like, Dad, how about I work with you in the commercial space? And my dad was like, I don't know, Mar. Like, I don't think you're going to like it. It's a completely, like, it's just mostly men in this industry. And I was like, I don't care. Like, so I'll be the one girl then. Like, who gives a shit? And obviously there's tons of females in the industry now, but 8 years ago at the time, maybe it wasn't like that. I don't know. But my dad was discouraging, to say the least. And I was like, I really thought about it. And I was like, he's probably right, though. Like, maybe that's really not for me. He was like, you'll do great in residential. Like, you're great with people, like real people, not businesses. Like, you're great with one-on-ones. You're great with relationships.
Commercial is different in the sense that there's like no motion. It's just like, what are the numbers? The numbers make sense. Like, let's get it done.
I'm not good at math. I'm not good at math.
No, that's what the lenders.
Statistics in college. So he knew, like, Marli, just go in residential. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. So my mom took me on, and this is where the brokerage comes in. At the time, my mom's bounced around so many different places, but my mom at the time was a strictly like REO agent. She worked for all the banks, and all of her listings were bank owns. And she worked for this brokerage. I think it was called Stryker Realty. And I never stepped foot in that office. I don't even know where it was. But we had like a home office, and I worked with my mom, and she would send me to these bank owns. They were all distressed properties. She would make me take pictures. She would make me take investors. And
You were like her little assistant.
yeah, I mean, but the thing is I wasn't really learning real estate. I was like working with investors. I wanted to work with real people. I wanted to work with real homes. Not that they weren't real homes, but they weren't real homes. Like, they were, there was like, I walked into a house and the whole ceiling was missing. Like the roof, it was like the roof, no ceiling. I'm like, this is gross. So that lasted 5 months. And all I did in those 5 months was one rental, and it was my friend. I was like, Mom, I can't do this. Like, this isn't for me. And also, I can't work in our house. Like, I need to meet other people in the business. I need to gain experience and work with real people in real homes. She was like, you're right. We sat down. We kind of talked about like what I really want to do. My mom was like, I'm going to call my old broker that I used to work for, who I'll probably end up working for again, and see if he'll take you as like a mentorship. So she called him, and he was like the number one agent at the time in our area. And he was like, for you, anything. So he took me on as like, he mentored me. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have been the type of agent that I am now. He like shaped me as an agent. He brought me on listing appointments. He gave me buyers, and he would give them to me. I would handle them, but he walked me through every step of the way.
That's amazing.
Walked me through how to write an offer, walked me through all the contracts so I know how to explain the contracts to my clients when they're like, well, what does this mean? Like, he really taught me everything I know. And he was a really like well-respected agent, and like he killed it. So a lot of
Information is pretty uncommon too. Like an actually successful, transacting, knowledgeable agent that is also willing and able to put forth that time. And like, that was the thing with like everyone I asked like to get into their team, or like, can you hire me as an assistant? And they'd be like, I have no training. Like, we have no training. Our brokerage doesn't have training. You need to get training. And like, I had multiple people, like the number one broker here in Boston was like, go get training and then come back. She was like, I see you have the people skills, but I can't train you. So that's like unheard of.
I know. I got really lucky. Obviously, my mom's super well respected in the industry. So maybe I'm like a real estate Nepo baby, and that's why I got that opportunity.
I cannot that you just said that.
But
I'm gonna make you a shirt that says
look,
that.
my parents have their own business. They're not going to give me their business. Yeah. I have to go out and get it on my own. So he connected me with this guy. He really respects my mom. Of course, he's going to help me out. So I worked for him or with him for, I want to say like a year and a half, 2 years. And then I went off on my own, and I still worked at the same company, which was Remax.
Okay.
I was there for a while. And then my Remax company switched to EXP, like that franchise of Remax switched to EXP. I want to say like in 2021. And that was when I actually left and went to New York City.
So that makes sense because that was right before I met you, because you were still in New Jersey.
Yep.
Doing New Jersey real estate. And then you were like, I think I'm going to go to New York.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if we should talk about that now, but that's a whole other thing.
All part of your journey.
It really was. New York was a part of my journey. I was dating a guy that lived in the city at the time. And before I even met him, I was contemplating, do I want to move to San Diego? No clue why. Like, I never even had been there. And I was like, I want to move to San Diego. I had this urge to move there for whatever reason. Or should I move to New York City? And I actually met the guy I was dating at the time, the Labor Day weekend, the end of the summer. And 2 days later, I got on a flight out to San Diego, got a job. I was looking at places where I'd want to live. Ultimately, it was like, I don't even think I want to live here. It was very college-y. Like, I felt like everyone was very young, fresh out of college. At the time, I was 26. Mm-hmm. I was looking for something a little bit more mature. I don't know. I just was like, I don't think San Diego's for me. So then I was like, New York is it. And like I said, I was dating that guy. I was spending a lot of my time there. Ended up the whole time, like I was spending my time there, I was studying for my real estate exam, got my license in New York City. And then I moved there and I worked at Compass for 1 year on a team with one guy who was great. And like, he did the best he can with me. But I just don't think starting out in like a suburban market, like Monmouth County, New Jersey, and then going to New York City, I should have done it in reverse. I should have started in New York City at 22 years old and then came here because I'm so used to getting in my car and parking right outside the house, showing it, getting in city. I was saying yes to everything. I was showing everything everywhere. I wasn't in one niche section of the city. So I'm hitting the pavement every day and it was exhausting and I hated it. And also,
I also just add that Marli refused to take public transportation and would fully be driving her car around New York City. Tell me you're not from New York City without telling me you're not from New York.
Yeah, I'm not a city girl, okay? I'm a little beach girl, Monmouth County girl.
You are.
And I thought I wanted to live in New York, but I didn't, okay? I would make my boyfriend at the time chauffeur me to all my showings so that I didn't have to take the subway in the heat.
No, why would you take the subway if you didn't have to take the subway?
Like, I wanted to look cute. Remember, I'm a fashion girly. Like, I wanted to look cute for my showings.
Have to.
And if you get on the subway, it's just too much. It's
a lot.
Really overload.
Cute. And no, I know. I'm with you.
So he would do that for me on like the weekends. And no, during the week though, I would definitely like take the subway to showings. But then if I had multiple showings at once, I'm Ubering my clients everywhere. I'm making no money.
My gosh.
Spending money. It was ridiculous. And at the same time, I was also still doing business in New Jersey. So I'm going back and forth. It was just like a shit show. Nothing made sense. Nothing was aligning. And I knew it wasn't going to work out. And ultimately my breakup with him led me to leave. Thank God. Just thank God. That
was like a clean slate. Like just put it in the past.
It was in the past. I was already hating New York. I knew it wasn't for me. And I'm so knowledgeable on my market in Monmouth County and just New Jersey as a whole. And it just makes sense for me. Like people trust me because I know what I'm doing here. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So you live and you learn and you figure out what's right for you. And I needed to do that. I needed to have that experience or else I probably would have regretted not trying.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was just going to say, there's a lot of people that talk themselves out of doing something because like it is a big risk and it is a big change. And New York is so different than what the market that you were coming from. And like, I think a lot of people talk themselves out of making those leaps, but the fact that you did it and it didn't work out, but you know that about yourself now is like priceless.
I agree. It was all part of my journey and I'm glad I did it in my 20s because this was the time to do that. This was the time to live and learn and fuck up and pick yourself back up. And that was literally like the biggest theme of this entire decade for me. It was like, wee,
The roller coaster ride.
really, wee. But I have no complaints. Like, I'm like, wow, like, I'm so glad I did all these things. I'm so glad I made these mistakes. I'm so glad I learned, because now I'm truly in a very good space. A great headspace. I have great business with people that like I actually know personally, and a lot of referrals, friends of friends. Like, that's like the majority of my clientele. And it feels really good to work with people that know who you are and still trust you and want to work with you. And I've built that. I built that from the ground up. And I still get referrals for New York City, but I pass them along to Sarah, Market Park.
Yeah.
So it's like I can still help people out with New York if that's the case. I actually got a call or a text actually like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago from my ex.
No.
And he gave me a $4 million referral in Brooklyn. And he was like, I thought of Powerhouse. So I just wanted to let you know. So I called Sarah, she took it, and I was like, thanks, like, appreciate you. He's like, yeah, anything else I could do for you? I go, it's the least you can do, sweetheart. Thank you very much.
That's amazing. Is Sarah still working with them, or have they?
She's in contact with him, and they're going to meet soon. So, hey.
That's amazing. I love that.
Thanks, buddy. So yeah, I don't know. Still can do business in New York just from my space down here at the beach.
No, we can do business anywhere. That's like the beauty of having a national network.
I know.
All across the country. Like, it's been an interesting shift in the way that I talk about my business. Like, I'm finding myself remembering like, oh yeah, like I can help you buy, sell, or rent in Mass, but if you're anywhere else, like I can still help you. I'm like, oh yeah, I can still help you. And just like adding it on. And it's exciting. It's like,
I know. I was just at my best friend's house yesterday that she just bought like 2 weeks ago with our Philly market partner. She also does South Jersey. I don't do like anything beyond an hour from me, and she lives a little bit too far. So I connected her with Katie Marino. She does South Jersey, Philly, and sold the house for my best friend. And I just went there yesterday.
How was it?
I was a part of this still.
Yes.
So got that referral. The house is absolutely stunning. Great house. So yeah, no, it's cool.
Exciting. Such like a big moment in people's lives, especially if it's like your friends or your family.
I know. She actually just got engaged last week in the backyard of their new house. Yeah.
Stop. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love these wins.
Love to be
celebrate the wins.
So yeah, I guess that's my story. Now I just feel like I have all these lessons that I've learned along the way, and we'll still learn so many more.
So many more.
But I feel now I'm finally on the right path, and it took me a while to get there. And it's not like, not everybody has, I think you and I are very aligned where it has been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And it probably will still be like that. But I do see a lot of agents that get into the business and they just, for whatever reason, might just have like a lot of these connections, or I don't know what it is. I mean, when I was in New York, a lot of agents I knew that got a ton of business had like really rich parents, and they had all the connections, and their parents would just give them all these.
Yeah.
So for me, like starting from the ground up, kind of building my own business, it was a little discouraging in New York. Here I have more of my network, obviously, so it just feels a little bit more secure. But I see agents like start out and just get all this crazy business, and it feels like, did they even go through anything to get all of this? Like, I don't know. I don't know what their stories are, but for me, it wasn't like that. And it feels really fucking good because I did it all myself. And it's so powerful and empowering to like have.
I always feel like the more adversity that you face, or like the more challenging something is to overcome, or the longer that it takes to accomplish. And this could also be me telling myself this because this is just where we're at in life. But I don't know. I feel like deep down, I know that it's because what we're chasing, what we're going to accomplish is that much bigger. It's like even more insane than I could ever imagine. And that's why it's taking longer. That's why it's a little bit harder. That's why the roller coaster has been really throwing me for a loop. Like, I'm on like the King Ka of like life roller coasters, I swear to God. But
get it.
The end has to be near. Like it has to be near and it has to be worth it.
I mean, I can't even relate any more than what you just said. It's all going to be a part of the story. And this leads me to talk about what I did the other day. Should I tell them?
Okay. Tell me what you did. Do I know this already?
Yeah, the ChatGPT thing.
Oh, yes. Wait, everybody needs to do this because like I'm just blown away by what you can do with ChatGPT on a daily basis. But this was like crazy. Marli,
It's effective. And this, like, who needs therapy at this point?
needs therapy. No, I'd be like talking to chat as if like with like the voice, like, you can talk to it like a conversation.
Yeah.
Like I fully like talk to it. It's like probably unhealthy. But Marli texted me the other day and was like, you sent me a few screenshots. I forget exactly what you asked at first.
Okay, yeah.
I just asked my ChatGPT and I immediately like copied you.
So I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw a bunch of people talking about how they put their birth chart into ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT, based on my birth chart, what is my soul contract? Soul contract essentially is like why you were put here on this earth. And I'm a very spiritual person, so I like to really dive deep into that kind of stuff. I think it's really cool and I think it makes a lot of sense. So it kind of wrote it all out for me. But I was like, okay, yeah, this makes sense, but I feel like we could go so much deeper. So I put in specific things that I struggle with in life. Like I've had a lot of ups and downs with financial stuff. So I wanted I was like, what is this key thing in my life? Like, what is the outcome of this? Why have I gone through this so many different times? Like, one day things will be great, the next day things won't. So why? And it explained it to me. I put in there why I have such difficulty with romantic relationships, like why. And it explained everything to me. And I'll read to you, essentially, I asked it to just summarize pretty much why I'm here and what I'm meant to do.
I don't think I've seen this part yet.
Yeah, I had it summarize it for me. You came here to experience deep, soul-stirring relationships that teach you self-worth and emotional truth, and to transform those lessons into influence, healing, and impact for others. You're here to evolve out loud and help others rise by doing the same. So what I took from that, essentially, is I've had all these experiences, right? And they're relatable experiences in romance, relatable experiences in friendships, relatable experiences in career, like with financial difficulties and building my own business and all the ups and downs of that. Essentially, what it's telling me is that I'm going to get past all that and I'm going to learn all these things and grow from all these things and I'm going to be really successful. But I need to share those experiences with other people, like publicly.
Yeah, I was going to say the evolve out loud is literally like what we were talking about the other day with like content and like just showing up and overcoming the fear of like judgment or just like being perceived in general. Like it's really hard.
It is. But I also don't give a fuck. Like if you don't like me, there's the door. Like I don't care about that. It's my main thing has always been, I really like to be as private as I possibly can. I don't want people to have full access of me. And it's not because of the judgment side of it as much as it's like, truly, I just don't want people to know my shit. Like my business is my business. And I know you've told me before that I can still share while still remaining private, but I don't know how to do that because I'm an open book. Like for the people that know me in person and personally, I am an open book and I have no problem sharing, but I don't have that capacity necessarily like on social media. But I'm starting to try to let that go. I mean, there is a part of me that's also like, I'm dating now and I don't need somebody that I just started dating knowing all the things that I'm thinking on a day-to-day basis or knowing things. Yeah. It's like things like that kind of. But I'm doing this for the girls. Like this is not for anybody else. Maybe the gays, but.
Well, okay, let me just backtrack. The person that you're supposed to be with, like, you could literally be posting as much as Alex Earl and like literally sharing the good, the bad, the ugly, like your dirty laundry on the floor, like the dress in your closet that still has puke on it from the night that you spent out. And your person is going to like find it funny and is going to like love you anyways. And like, it's not going to be a bad or like a weird thing at all. So like literally take that thought, throw it away, shoo, gone.
You're so right. I feel like there's a lot I can really talk about it, and I'd love to dive in more on the pod about it, just because I think it can help people. And doing the ChatGPT thing really just helped me like kind of know I'm on the right path and doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. But it gave me a lot of direction on like more things I can do to get there. And it helped me kind of determine if I'm doing things business wise, right? And it actually doesn't need to just be business. It could be with anything. I need to feel fulfilled emotionally, and I need to be fulfilled like logically, like financially at the same time. So if I take on a job that might fulfill me emotionally, it also has to fulfill me financially / logistically, or else it's not meant for me. Or else I have to like maybe do something short term, have to have boundaries with it. And I need to think about the two whenever I do anything. And if it's not both, then it's nothing. And I never thought of that before, because I'm a yes girl for the most part. And I will take on business to any extent, whether it's really small, like it doesn't matter. I'm like, this will get me somewhere. But that does burn me out quicker. And I shouldn't just say yes to everything. I should really take the time to like sit within and think about it. Is this fulfilling me on both ends? And if not,
I love that. I honestly that's something I struggle with myself too. I'm such a recovering people pleaser. I say yes to everything. I take everything on. I struggle with like, no, it's fine. Like, you're my friend. Like, I'll just do it for you. Or like, I want to support you. So like, don't even worry about it. And like, no, like your time is valuable. So hell yeah, it should fulfill you emotionally and financially or logically in whatever other way that might mean. Something that I've been trying to do is like frame like abundance mindset versus scarcity mindset. I try to frame it like if I'm saying yes to everything, like a logo design here, a rental client that, is looking 2 hours away from where I live here, like just give it to me all. I can do whatever. Like I'm here for you. If I'm saying yes, 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 I'm actually operating from a state of lack and scarcity, because I'm like, oh, if I don't take this $500 logo, like, I don't know, like, that's the only business that I have like coming in right now. And the reality is that $500 logo is going to take up precious time that I could be using to do like outreach to find something that's more in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So it's an abundance mindset to consider carefully and then accept or decline.
Yeah, no, that's literally what ChatGPT also told me.
Is it? That's so funny.
Yeah, like you cannot have the scarcity mindset. And I have like my best friend, Gianna, who she has instilled this in me for years, but I go up and down with it about how you really can't stress about money. It's fake. It's not actually a real thing. There was a book she told me to read, Happy Pocket Full of Money, I think it's called. And it really makes you think about how money is just like a made up concept, and pretty much what you just said about abundance mindset. It's like you just kind of trust the process. You still work hard. Like you don't slow down or set back or anything, but you do things that feel good for you. Everything will be okay and everything will make sense and you'll be fulfilled and successful in life. And I know that that's probably super hard for a lot of people to even like think, or they probably think we sound like idiots right now. Like,
I say it all the time. And then in my head, I'm like, do I believe it? Like, oh, it's so hard.
I'm like, money's not real. Like,
yeah,
it's just energy, but it is. Money literally is an energy exchange. So if you're doing something that is kind of going against what you feel is right for you, that's a blockage. Like that energy is not flowing back and forth well. It's like like if you take on a job that's seriously stressing you out and you're just doing it for the money, that's not flowing.
You're not doing good work. Like you're already resenting the client and the work that you're doing. Oh yeah, been there.
Yeah. So it really does actually make sense. And I think it is real. And if everybody had that mindset, the world would probably be a different place. But
it is hard to actually put it into practice.
I would recommend everyone reads that book. I think it's a great book to read, especially if you're not.
Title?
Happy Pocket Full of Money.
Happy Pocket Full of Money. We'll put it in the show notes. Yeah, I'm going to read that too. I listened to this podcast and this girl was talking about this exact like abundance versus scarcity mindset as it relates to finances and all of that. And she was saying how like if you are going to like pay a bill or like your rent, let's say it's like $2,000 and it's like the last $2,000 that you have in your bank account. She was saying how instead of like paying it and being like, oh, this sucks. Like I'm paying my rent. It's the last of my money and I'm literally broke now. I don't have any money left. Like, I don't know how I'm going to eat. You're like enshrouding yourself in this negative, like lack mindset. But if you, from the same position with the same amount of money, can say, you know what, it's my last $2,000, but I'm grateful that I have it, that I can pay my rent or whatever it is. And I don't have to stress. I'm going to figure it out. Like, I don't need to know the next step. I'm just grateful that I have it and that I can pay it forward. Or if you're paying for a friend's coffee, I'm just grateful that I can pay it forward. And it's just a much different, like, vibrational energy about money that you're like bringing into your airspace.
Fulfilled exchange of energy.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little too deep now that we can.
I know we're getting like woo. This is like we're getting into woo land.
Yeah, I'm getting into woo land for sure. But hey, that's a huge part of who I am, and we have a lot of conversations. I think about spirituality. I know that you're more religious. I'm way more spiritual than I am religious, but it all intertwines.
It definitely does. Whenever I hear someone say like, I'm manifesting, you could also say I'm praying. Like it's the same.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
Really. Like whether you're like manifesting to the universe or praying to whomever, whatever entity you believe, like that's how I look at it. So like, yes, I grew up very Christian household. I still very much so believe in God, but more so in a spiritual sense. Like, I don't know, God and the universe are one to me.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. People are like, do you believe in God? And I'm like, yeah, I just don't call it God. I call it the universe.
Yeah.
When I'm like praying, I more so do manifestation, same shit. I'm speaking to
like you're putting it out there. Like
yeah, I'm speaking to the universe. I'm not speaking to God. I'm Jewish. I come from a very Jewish family. We always pray to God, but I don't. It's just not. But I'm still praying. I'm doing something. I'm putting my energy towards a faith of some extent, which I think is so important to have faith of any kind. It can be whatever you want it to be. You can make it up yourself. You need to have faith to get through. You really
like the bigger picture. Yeah, definitely.
You really do. Like I mean, we can literally have an entire episode about this. I can go so deep with all of this stuff, but that's for another time.
I know. We are going to have so many more episodes to talk about anything and everything. And let this episode be your reminder that this is not a real estate podcast. This is geared towards women in any and all businesses and just creating a space for conversations like this, for professional conversations, for women to share their stories and be celebrated and to just connect and be girls.
Just be girls.
Be girls.
That's all that we need to be.
Literally.
And girls,
be going.
Whatever the hell we want. No more time to do.
No. I always say I will never work for anyone again because I can't. With somebody telling me what to do, it's so bad. Why do we have this problem with authority?
No, I don't know. That's why my mentorship with that broker really worked for me. He never told me what to do. He just guided me. And like, I wasn't like, he didn't say you have to be in the office every day and do this. Like, no, he just had like, he kind of left it open to me to be more self-motivated and self-disciplined, but he gave me that space to be there. And it worked so well for me that way. And I didn't even it wasn't even set up. Like, I didn't even ask for it. It just happened that way. And I'm so grateful because I'd never had to work for anyone in this business except for when I was in New York. And that didn't work so well for me. But because that's another thing about that's very backwards in New York. Like, you have to be on a team to work at a brokerage.
Interesting.
Starting out. Like, I already had at that point 5 years under my belt, or like 6 years, I think. And I still had to work on a team for someone else. And like, you don't get really high commission splits there. I don't know. It's very backwards from what I'm used to. Here, brokerages will just take you on. And I think there's a pretty standard split across the board, like at most brokerages, but I worked my way up. I'm I'm where I will always be unless I start my own brokerage, which I don't know if that's the case. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like everything was super ass backwards there. But I really like the fact that I was kind of able to do my own thing, learned self-discipline. And that was also a struggle throughout the last 8 years. Like I had to really teach myself what it truly means to be self-disciplined. And I think that was like a key theme for
like
me.
a turning point for you.
I don't know if you experienced that at all, but for me, I would spend like the full transparency here. This is hard for me to admit, but at the beginning of my career, like way before I even met you, I would work from my bed.
I mean, I still work from my bed a lot. No shame.
No. Like I would spend like the full day working from my bed. No wonder why I got nothing done. I don't know. I did actually go into my office a lot early on, but when I would be home, and COVID did not help with that. Oh my God, I barely even worked during COVID.
Yeah.
I had so many like pivotal points in time where I just kind of let my business go. When I would start getting a lot of business and I had a lot of deals going on, then I would coast. And I'm like, I have a few closings, so I wouldn't try hard.
Agents do that. They like pump the brakes a little bit. Like,
I pumped the brakes every time that happened though. And I suffered from that. Now, hell no. Like, hell no. Building my pipeline is literally an everyday activity for me. I literally, the moment I get out of bed in the morning, my bed is made. I don't step foot back in it until the end of the day. Like I've really changed the way, all of my habits, and it's taken a while. It really has. I think moving to New York definitely helped me with that, because that is just unacceptable in New York City. But
yeah.
I needed to learn all of these things. And now I get like, if I spend a day not doing anything, even if it's like warranted, like I should take a day off, like I can take a day off. I can. I'm like, nope, like I got to do something.
Yeah. And it's like productivity is power. Like it does fuel you. It makes you feel good. It makes you like, it gives you a boost of serotonin because you're like, I did the thing that I was putting off, or like I accomplished something. Like it does make a huge difference. But it's hard. You don't have a boss. You don't have a schedule. Like you're making it up as you go, basically. No one's like yelling at you if you don't get something done on time, or like if you slack. Like it's just, even if you're like the best employee ever, like literally the best employee that any 9-to-5 type job could ever like ask for, working for yourself is like a whole different beast. Like
it really is. It's
not having a structure and having to fully from scratch make it and implement it for yourself. That's hard.
It's not fucking easy. And I swear there's so many people out there on social media making like real estate, or just not even just real estate, entrepreneurship as a whole, like so easy. They're so successful. Like there's definitely a story behind it. There's definitely a reason why they're able to do what they're doing now. Like it's so hard. It's not for the faint of heart. There's so much emotion behind all of it, and blood, sweat, and tears. Seriously. Like every year, at least at one point in time, a year, I'm like, I gotta get a salary paying job. I can't live like this anymore. But I'm not meant for that. Like I know that I am like an entrepreneurial spirit. I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's not sitting behind a desk 9-to-5, having someone give me tasks and tell me what to do. Nah, I create my own tasks. I create my own space. I create my own business on all accounts, whether that's, I mean, I don't even think we talked about it yet, but I am also a personal stylist. I co-founded Powerhouse Women, and I have my own real estate business. No team, nothing. I do everything on my own. And I prefer it that way, but it is harder that way. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, because you have to be your own like motivation, your own source of structure and like organization, and like it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's all going to be worth it. I was literally on a walk yesterday with Jay, and we like, there was like this cute old man, and he had like this dog that was really cute, and we obviously wanted to like pet the dog. So naturally we ended up in like a 30-minute conversation with this man, and he's like in the union. He's got his electrician's license. He teaches like classes to like the electricians that are trying to join the union. Like he literally like has his hands in so many things, like jobs wise. And when he asked us like what we do, and like Jay was saying, oh, I used to work at this company, but now like we work together. And like, he literally just looked at us and he was like, good for you guys. Like, that's one of like the biggest things that I regret, was never starting my own business. And like, he was like, there was a time I remember thinking about it and wanting to do it. And like, he totally could have, but you let the salary and the benefits and like everyone who tells you like, oh, it's going to be really hard, get in your head. And he just never did it. And he was like, it's literally like one of my biggest regrets. So the whole way home, I'm like hitting Jay in the arm. I'm like, see, it's going to be worth it.
I think that's society's biggest struggle with entrepreneurship. Everyone was told from a young age, you get that job, you get the salary, you work, you climb the corporate ladder, and you just do it. And everything will be set up for you. Yeah. But it's like, I knew from a young age, because my parents are in real estate, thank God, like I had that guidance. Mm-hmm. There's no ending. Like, I can make as much money as I put my mind to. Yeah. And there's no like company or someone telling me, nope, this is the most you can make and that's it. Like, I was
all up to you and your output.
Yeah. I was never okay with that. And I knew like I've always had a deeper knowing that like, I know if I work really, really hard and put my mind to something, I'll make it happen. I just know it's not going to be easy. But there has literally never been anything in my life that has just been easy. Like, I always take the more complicated path.
Yes. The more character building route. The more.
That's why I really am so like, I don't give a fuck, whatever. I really have always chosen a path that is it never makes sense in the moment, but later on it does.
Yeah.
Everyone else will do everything by the book. And I'm like, nope, not me.
Well, we're raised in a society that teaches us to like seek out security and stability, and that like, I think it's changing. I think we've seen it change in our lifetime. But I think the stereotypical, like, go to school, get a degree, get a 9-to-5, climb the corporate ladder. I mean, it's great. And there's obviously jobs that, like a doctor, you have to go to school. There's no way around that. Like, if you're going to be performing surgery, you need a degree that qualifies you to do so. But like, society's just different now. And like, people do so many different jobs. Like, look at how many jobs AI has created, or like social media has created the ability for people to make money on things like TikTok shop, or like start their own business and do freelance, like whatever. Like, it's harder, but I don't know. I don't believe in the security that like the 9-to-5 gives you. I have always seen that as like the biggest scam, like college or insurance. Like, they sell you on this, like, you're going to have benefits and you have healthcare and we match your 401k contributions. Like, that's great. And so you have a conflict of personality with your superior and they fire you just because they don't like you, or they're jealous of you, or the company gets bought out and now we're doing layoffs because we're under different, like, there's so many things that can happen. And then bye-bye, car allowance, gas card, like, you name it. And then what? What are you left with? Like, job experience. I have this really good friend of mine he's a real estate coach, but that could also just be a business coach because it's all very applicable generally. But he always says that your work should fit into your life, not the other way around, meaning you shouldn't be trying to fit your life around your work. Mm-hmm. Like, when Jay used to work at a job, he would come home at like 3 p.m. because he would go in super early. And 3 p.m., he like doesn't want to talk about work. He doesn't want to think about working the next day. He just wants to get changed, take a shower, and like, honest to God, start getting ready for bed at like 5 o'clock so he can just like rest and like sleep and wake up and do it all again. And that's not a life.
You weren't meant to do that.
No.
Yeah.
Living.
No,
like,
I just was living my life, whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't even give a shit if it's tight financially. Like, I'm going to live my life now to every capacity, work-wise, the personal life, everything, and no regrets. Like, that's how I see it. And I'm so sick of listening to like the older generation, like the boomers, like, you need to save and you need to buy a house and you need to do this and you need to do that. And it's like, I don't think that they even have a fucking clue of what society is truly like these days. And like, I just feel like we're kind of creating the new path for how things are going to kind of go moving forward. And all that old school crap is just so out the door, and nothing is standard anymore. Nothing. Because one, I mean, our country is going to shit. So like nothing is easy the way it was then for all of our parents' age. And it's just things are going to look a lot different. We're in a new age of like digital, like social media, all those things. So you can't expect our generation to follow the path of what you guys did. It's going to look very different.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, there is a part of me that kind of wishes we could go back in time to like early 2000s, 90s and just have things be like really simple. But that's not the world we live in now. And we got to
Work
adapt.
harder.
We got to adapt or else you're going to drown.
Yeah, agree.
It's the only way to be. So
I completely agree. Which is why I'm so excited that here we are building this community of women in business and like proving by living this experience and sharing this experience that like you can do whatever you want. You can be a mom, you can be a CEO, you can be a realtor, you can be in sales, you can own a cafe, you could move to Punta Cana and like make money on TikTok shop. Like you could do whatever you want. And that's
actually
this
girl I went to high school with, she just picked up, moved to Costa Rica. She now like influences and has like a whole community of her own. Like she just picked up and did it. She worked in corporate forever. She's like, fuck this. And she just up and left. And honestly,
created her own life.
Yeah.
That's
amazing. She got to be very disciplined.
Yeah. And keep showing up. Be disciplined and keep showing up day by day, brick by brick.
Doing what you're doing, you know, what my mom always tells me.
Yes. Yes. You have to. It'll all work out.
I agree. All right. I think we're up to our hot takes of the episode.
Ooh, do you want to go first?
No, I want you to go first. I don't know what mine is.
Okay. My hot take is, as much as I love ChatGPT and AI, and I use it all the time, it's so obvious sometimes when people use it. And also, I think people over rely on it to the point where, do you even have your own brain? Have you even ever had your own thought? Are you capable of having your own thought? That's what I'm getting concerned about. So
I agree. It's also like not to get really, really like woo-woo, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff on TikTok and like ChatGPT is low-key the devil. Like there's some weird shit.
no, I mean, think about what it has access to.
There's some weird shit going on the back end. If you really like go deep with it and you ask it very deep things, I don't know. There's a dark side of it for sure that like, but back to what you were saying about notice, like I know for a fact there's like certain type of way that ChatGPT says things that I'm seeing all over the place now. And like I was reading this agent's like about me bio, whatever, on her website. And it was so repetitive, so long. And like, you don't talk like that.
Yeah.
So like,
that's the biggest thing is like, you don't talk like that. You never sound like that. You've never written content like that. Like, it's just so obvious. Like,
you're going to use ChatGPT, that's fine. But then edit it.
Yes.
Edit
it. Like something to it.
Use your actual brain.
Yeah.
Also, there is times that ChatGPT doesn't use the correct grammar.
Yeah. Or it gives you wrong information.
Yeah. So I think everybody needs to like just fucking chill out.
Not refrain, but just like refine your process of using chat and like just involve yourself a little bit in the process.
I think using it for inspo and like help guidance of some sort is fair.
Yeah.
But then copying and pasting and making that everything that you do is so wrong. Like it's just going to make us
imagine it's going to hurt your brand and your SEO and like everything. Cause number one, you have this super like wishy-washy, like very vague and also like not unique language across like your website or your posts or whatever. But number two, it's like diluting you from your personal brand. Like it's taking out your sense of humor or like your quirkiness. You know what I mean? It's like you sound like a robot.
Yes. I just think it's actually like really bad for the human species. Like as we develop, like, I don't know, it's not good for our brains. We got to keep learning and evolving. And now life is just becoming super easy for us to just do minute tasks very easily because we have AI and all this stuff. which is great for some things, but not when you're trying to like build a brand. I completely agree with you.
No, I'm all for it, using it to make more processes more efficient, but not like to completely just turn your own brain off and eliminate the need for critical thinking. That's what makes me nervous. Like, as a society, like you say, I've seen so much on TikTok from like teachers that are in the school system day after day with our nation's kids. And they're like, they don't know how to follow directions more than like one step at a time. They don't know how to think for themselves. Like, they don't know how to do anything. There's no self-sufficiency. Like, we're literally, it's just so bad.
I
Kids
agree.
should not use AI.
No, kids definitely should not.
No.
Just thinking back to like when I was in high school, I was such a little shit. Like, I used to cheat all the time. I hated doing schoolwork. I hated school.
I hated school too. I'm surprised you graduated, because I went 1 year and I was like, get me out of here.
I know. I went all the way through. I graduated college, but I actually liked college. Did not like below that though. Because in college you get to choose what you learn. So it like worked better for me and my type of learning. But as a kid that had ADHD, undiagnosed ADHD for so long, and I feel like no one knew what was wrong with me. But I was always like, yeah, no, okay. I don't think I have a touch of the tism, but I have severe ADHD.
Well, ADHD is like, it's like on the spectrum. Like, you're on the spectrum.
So I'm on the spectrum. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, we all have it. Like, I'm not convinced that everybody doesn't have.
I know I have it. I know I have ADHD. I was diagnosed in like 2017 or something like that. But I went through years and years and years, like all of the years of school until college, like undiagnosed. I never was given any medication, which I'm glad about, because I do not take medication now for ADHD. I think that it's like crippling, but so I just like raw dog life now with ADHD, and I figure out what works for me, and I've managed. But I just feel, wait, what were we talking about again? That was insane.
ADHD. Right there. That happens to me all the time.
Wait, we
always
tell
Marli that it happens when I'm like public speaking. I'll like forget what I'm saying and I just like riff. We were talking about ChatGPT and how kids shouldn't use it. And
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like as a kid, I would always cheat and stuff and like all that. I feel like I would 1000% be using ChatGPT.
Oh, you'd be using it
through school. I was never good at school. Like, it was just not for me. So I would use it to my advantage. But like, I don't know. Can you think back to when you were in school? Like, did you actually like apply yourself? I didn't.
No.
Heard about was my
last thing that I wanted to use my like energy for. Get me the heck home. Like, I don't want to be here. I also never really like, I was never like a popular kid. Like, I never really was on the inside of a friend group. I was actually talking to Jay about this last night. Like, my friend group that I associated most with was actually my best friend Jordan's friend group from the grade below me. So like, they weren't in my grade. So naturally, like, I don't have lunch with them. I don't have like classes with them. Like, I'm not really like involved. I'm kind of on the fringes of their friend group. And then I was on the fringes of my grades, like friend group. So I always just kind of was like, get me out of here.
I get that. I hated school because I never liked learning, but all I did care about was my social life.
You're hilarious. You would. I can see that.
But I gotta say, and my parents say this to me all the time. They were like, I mean, I was the kid that always got in trouble for talking in class. I'm sure you were too.
Always.
But that was always on my report cards. But my parents always say, honestly, I'm glad you did all that, because I cared so much about my social life. I went to all the parties. All I cared about was that. Now guess who's buying houses from me?
Those people.
All those people. I have those relationships, all those people. All I ever cared about in my life was my relationships. And that's what my soul contract is. So
that's incredible. I like regret. I didn't realize like.
No regrets though. No regrets.
No regrets. I know. I wish I maybe applied myself a little bit.
I wish I did too.
Socially. I was a horse girl. I didn't care. Like, I played soccer, which was obviously a fall sport. And then like, other than that, I was like, get me to the barn. I just want to ride my horse.
You knew what you loved. I wish I applied myself more in like academics. I really do. I wish I was a part of more things. Like I was a huge quitter as a kid, actually. My parents would put me into things, all different types of things. I played every sport. I did every activity. Like I did art classes. I played soccer. I danced. I literally did everything. And I quit everything.
Because you were bored?
Because I was bored. Is that what you said?
Like, is it because you were bored that you'd quit, or would you get like fed up with it, or like you didn't really like?
There was a multitude of reasons. There was like the one that I can like really pinpoint is like I was never really like good at any of the things. So I was like, well, fuck this. If I'm not good at it, I'm not going to keep doing shit.
I'm not the best. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, get me the hell out of this place. So, and I also was never an athlete. Like I'm not an athletic person. So doing all these sports, especially soccer, you have to run up and down the field. Fuck that. I asked if I could be the goalie so that I didn't have to do that. Like I was lazy. I didn't want to do all.
Rather be the goalie and have the ball kicked at your face. Oh no.
What did I know? I just didn't want to run. So I would quit everything. And it got to the point where when I was in high school, I played 2 years of field hockey, but I hated field hockey. I felt like we were like mentally abused. Like and it's so weird because I posted something about this the other day on Instagram and multiple people DM me like, wait, I played field hockey in high school too, and I'm still traumatized till this day from it. Like, I don't know what that sport did across the board, like across the country, but people are traumatized from it. And I quit, and my parents were like, are you sure you want to quit another thing? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And I quit, and I never looked back. And I was like partying in high school, and I have all those friends still, so whatever. But I wasn't good. I was on like JV for freshman and sophomore year. Wasn't looking like I was going to make varsity. So I was like, get me out of this bitch. But it was
like, really did this same thing, same timeline. I didn't play.
When I quit though, it was preseason. We were like approaching preseason, and me and my best friend, Alicia, I'll never forget. We were at the mall and we were like, we cannot go to preseason next week. It's the last 2 weeks of summer. There's all these fun parties and fun things to do. Why would we torture ourselves? So we sat at a table at the food court at the mall, and we both wrote an email to our coach quitting.
That coach knew that you guys were together when you wrote your email.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But we hated it. It was just not for us. We're like little girly girls. Everyone on the team, like for the most part, was not like that. And I knew it was right for me. It didn't feel good.
No, and life is too short to do anything that doesn't feel.
I know. But that was a big reason why I was a quitter, because I wasn't good. And then the other reasons why I would quit is because I would get bored. I'd get over it. I didn't actually enjoy it. Yeah. I do regret quitting art classes. I used to paint a lot, and I kind of regret that. But now I'm starting to do it again by myself on my own.
Okay, it's never too late to pick up a brush and get back to it. Find an art class if you want, or you don't have to. I mean, art is getting it out on the canvas.
Great. It's a release for me, so I enjoy it. All right, now I got to think of what my hot take.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what is your hot take?
Yeah,
I feel like you're literally brimming with hot takes.
I know, I have so many. Okay, there is one, and I don't really know how to say it in like a hot takey way, but I think that a majority of people are settling in their relationships. Like society,
that's definitely a hot take.
Yeah, like I think society's pressures like make people just do all the things, get married, have kids, do everything like you're supposed to do. And then down the road, it's not it. And my hot take is I do see a lot of people kind of like rushing to do it. Not everybody for sure. Like there's people for sure I know that like they're not settling. Like it's great, but it's like scary. And I've come across a lot of men lately that are in relationships, married, engaged, girlfriends, all the things. And they are looking to cheat, Gia. Like
that makes me sick.
They're literally looking to cheat. Like they are out there, guns blazing. I want to fucking cheat. It feels good. And like to me, like men have come to me looking to cheat on their significant others with me. And I'm like, I'm a fucking girl's girl. So don't even come over here with that bullshit. And I would curse them out. First of all, why are you even in this relationship? And that's what I would say to these men. I'm going to be like, if you're not happy, leave, babe. So that's crazy. It's really fucking.
I feel like social media and like that, the culture of like sharing everything online probably has something to do with that, because everyone's so like in a rush to compete with each other. But like, it doesn't matter. You're on your own timeline. Like, don't settle from some lame ass trash bag man who's
Ew.
gonna do some shit like this. Like, no. People like that deserve to be neutered.
Like, I'm turning 30 in like 5, not even 5. Wait, I'm turning 30 in a couple months. And I could not feel better about the fact that I did not settle. I'm single and I have so much ahead of me to like find someone that I don't have to settle with. It's like, right. It's like whole.
Yeah.
You know? And it makes me sad for a lot of people because they don't need to do that. Like, you don't need to do that for whatever reason you think you might need to do it. You don't. If it's financial, if it's security, whatever, you don't need it.
Yeah.
So let that be like a sign that if you think you're settling, don't. And this is awful advice, but check your man's phones, girls.
I don't give awful advice.
Like, I don't give a fuck. Check your man's fucking phones because it's insane. So I'm just
The audacity.
Get the audacity to even ask me to cheat. Like, are you kidding me? I'm going to call up your fucking wife.
That's so crazy.
I know.
It makes me sick.
I don't want to be involved.
Very grateful to
want to tell them.
man who is not. I mean, I know what he's doing every second of every day. So
Yeah. Like, there's people you just know you're good, but like, if you have any doubt, any inkling, run.
Literally run the opposite direction. Run into the arms of our girl gang. We'll be here for you.
I got you.
Make sure you know that you don't need that man, that dusty, crusty ass.
They're so down.
No. Wait, this was fun. I love it.
I mean, I could chat with you for fucking hours, but it's time to go.
You know, until next time, Powerhouse fam, I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of whatever day of the week it is. Finish strong. Go forth and conquer.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap on this episode of At the Table with Powerhouse Women. Thanks for tuning in. If you love today's conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
Your support helps us keep pulling up more seats at the table.
Want to keep the conversation going? Join the movement at powerhousewomen.com/society.
And connect with us on Instagram at Powerhouse Women. Until next time, keep showing up, keep building, and remember, there's always room at the table for you.